For me, one of the biggest things that does pull me back towards the Galaxy Z Fold line of phones, in particular my Galaxy Z Fold 6, is the outstanding level of customization that is available. In this video, we're going to deep dive into one of my favorite options. It is a module within GoodLock that if you're not using and you have a Z Fold 6, you should absolutely rectify that situation. So the first thing we need to do is install GoodLock, and normally you would think, let's go to the Google Play Store, but that is not how this is going to work. We're going to go into the store that is on your Z Fold, and you're literally looking for bottom right down there, store. That is what it's called, as the Galaxy Store. Go up here to search, and you can see I've already installed GoodLock. So there, that is it. Go ahead and give that and install. Once that is done, we're going to fire it up. And if we're in our tablet mode, we've opened it up. In the top left, look for the little hammer and wrench icon, and we're looking for MultiStar. It needs to be installed as a module. If you scroll down, you see how Nice Shot has a little download button in the top right corner. Click on that, and it's going to start to install that module. Once you've done that for MultiStar, we're going to jump in, and there is a lot to cover in this. Tons of really, really nice options. So we're going to go with what's in this first layer first. So quick launch of the MultiWindow. Press and hold the recents key to quickly access MultiWindow. For me to show you what this means, I do need to switch from gesture navigation. I don't know why sometimes my capture card is blocking out. We're going to roll on. We got to switch from gesture navigation to the 3-button navigation. So let's jump into our settings. We'll quickly do that. It's under display and then navigation bar. We can change to buttons, and you can see it on there. Now I have buttons. Let's switch back to that GoodLock module, and we will turn that on. So now if we long press the little 3 lines, it slides over and we jump straight into multitasking. This is very similar to another gesture you can enable where you do a 2-finger swipe over and you get something very similar. If you're a heavy multitasker and you don't want to use the taskbar, that might be a really good option. If we change this to open in pop-up view, what this will do is throw that application directly into a pop-up view. Again, this is a really nice little additional layer of customization. How about multi-window screen zoom? So let's long press that thing and let's jump into a second app and get a good look at how this actually looks. If we turn on multi-window screen zoom and we turn it on for split view, let's go ahead and do pop-up view as well. What's going to happen is when you're in a split window scenario like we just were, everything is going to be zoomed out just a little bit, allowing you to see more than you could before. Just basically takes better use of that screen real estate. Let's go ahead and go to full screen on Threads, and we will do a pop-up view, and the same thing is going to be true there. It's just going to be zoomed out a little bit more to have more stuff on the screen. For multifocus, this is pretty straightforward. Apps that stopped when they lose focus no longer stop. So again, imagine that you are in a split screen view. Let's say there's a video playing over here, but now you touch over here and that video maybe stops playing or the game stops running. That's going to prevent that from happening. If we scroll up to the top, we have 2 more options we need to quickly dive into though. So I Heart Galaxy Foldable. Here's one that I immediately use, and some people wonder why, and I've talked about it before, but UDC with black. Fill the UDC with black. So if I go home here on my phone and I physically show it to you, you will see that my under display camera is black, and that is because of that option. You're wondering why I do that. It's because for me, I'm someone who has a sensory processing disorder, and so that under display camera has this sort of like screen door effect where it's kind of shimmery, in particular on lighter colors, and when I look at it, it makes my eyes hurt and it gives me headaches, it makes me nauseous. So I fill it with black, and that makes my life a lot easier, but there's so much more in this particular subsection to talk about. When starting the app, do not show notice pop-up. Basically what this means is sometimes you'll open up an app and it will be sort of letterboxed or pillar boxed. It won't go full screen and it'll warn you. Ignore that and just immediately go to full screen. I definitely prefer that option. And then you also have use letterbox below that. Don't use a blurred background, but use a black background. You can toggle that back and forth to your heart's content. Basically, if you're in an app that doesn't want to stretch itself out, it'll show black bars or a blurred background depending upon your preference. You can turn this on to continue all apps to the cover display. What does that mean? Well, it means that no matter what you do, whenever you close the thing, rather than locking, it will just continue on to that cover display. You open it back up and you're back going. You can close it again and you're continuing. If you don't want closing your phone to lock the phone, that is an option that will do that. So some applications will detect this as a tablet and they will want to force the application to rotate on your screen. If you don't want that to happen, this option down here, rotate portrait with our best, turn that on and it should force applications to rotate. Now you can actually find this if you go into your settings and you scroll down to advanced features and then you look for labs, landscape view for portrait apps. You can actually find that there, and then you can toggle this on a per app basis. And then lastly, down here at the bottom, set aspect ratio for each app. What this is going to let you do is go in and pick an application and tell it how you want it to appear. We can test this really quickly. So let's just do Amazon, and we'll do 16:9. And if I now close out of that, go into Amazon, you will see those pillar boxes on either side. I mentioned those earlier. That's what that's going to look like. You can control this per app. And you may be wondering, like, why would you actually want to do this? And the answer is because some applications may just work better when they're scrunched in a little bit. Let's go back and jump into iHeart Samsung DeX, and there are some really good things here. So high resolutions for external displays. You can use high resolutions supported by DeX regardless of wire connection accessories. So basically, get the most out of DeX when it comes to higher resolution displays. Let's turn that on. Run many apps at the same time. Allow more than 5 apps to be shown on a connected display. You're going to want to turn that on too if you're really pushing DeX hard. Auto open the last app. So whatever you had running on DeX last time, when you fire it up again, it's going to bring all that stuff right back. I turn on all of those. So guys, that is a lot of stuff, but that's what you can do with the Good Luck module called MultiStar. Hopefully you're getting more out of your Z Fold 6 now than ever before, and maybe we'll cover more Good Luck modules later because there are a ton of them that do a lot of really, really cool stuff, but we're going to start with this one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.